Yo, what up guys, Mysterious here, and today we're back with a new video, and this video is how to win lane consistently with great fundamentals. There's one player that's the absolute master of doing this stuff in game, and it's Chovy. So I've been studying a lot of Chovy lately, and I watched a lot of his gameplay, a lot of his VODs, and asked myself a lot of questions on why is he doing the things that he's doing in the game. And I've also been applying this stuff into my own games, and I've had massive success with it, and my lane has become way, way, way better. So let's start with how can you win lane? There's multiple ways how to win lane. First of all, you can get an experience or a gold lead, you can pressure the map, or you can soak jungle pressure while staying alive. A good example of pressuring the map is, for example, Ryze. Ryze is a very good example that does this better than any other champion. Getting experience with gold lead, Victor is very good at doing this. Soaking jungle pressure while staying alive. Possibly Silas or Akali that can do this pretty well. There's different ways how to win mid lane or how to gain pressure on the map and therefore get a lead somewhere else. We're gonna mainly focus today on this one and this one, because this is basically what Chovy does to the max and how he wins his lanes and therefore also his games. So, how does Chovy win lane consistently? He gets an experience and or a gold lead in basically most of his games. And he does that by taking good trades, hitting more CS than his lane opponents, and the most important thing, he gets good resets. This is all made possible by wave management. By good wave management, he's able to do this consistently because good wave management leads to good trades. Good trades leads to hitting more CS, and eventually you'll get yourself a good reset. And all of this leads to an experience lead and hitting your item spikes sooner than your opponent. This can then be used to get better trades off, hit more CS, and get again better resets. So it's basically a snowball effect. There's a note. There's also certain mid laners that skirmish a lot. We want to skirmish only when we are stronger, not weaker than the opponent. Something that Chovy does a lot is he calls off a lot of plays, and he only goes for plays where he knows he's stronger than the opponent. So another thing Chovy does to absolute perfection is soaking jungle pressure, but also staying alive. How can we do this in our game? First of all, warding. Chovy always finds a nice warding opportunity and leans heavily to that side. So whenever the enemy laner is in trouble with their waves, the jungler comes out to either put pressure, gank, shove out the wave. That's exactly what Chovy wants. And by good leaning and warding, he manages to stay alive and soak pressure from the enemy jungler. Also, threat assessment. Is he versus a LeBlanc Jarvan 4? He's going to be a bit more careful than when he's versus a Karthus, for example. So we're going to go into a few examples, and I'm going to explain during these examples what goes into winning these lanes and how we can replicate that in our own games. So in the first example, I'm playing Victor against Zoe, two mages on mid lane. I've got teleport, she's got ignite. I know this and I want to force her onto a bad reset. So my goal in this game is to force Zoe onto a bad reset. So I want to trade a lot. I walk up very aggressively every time I have my Q up. Also looking to trade a lot with her because I know that she doesn't have the luxury of having TP to get back to lane. So my goal is to out-trade her in this lane and force her onto a bad reset. That's basically what I'm doing. I'm posturing very aggressively. I don't mind taking heavy trades, and I'm using my C-pods to let myself stay healthy here. It's not too special what I'm doing here. I'm just playing the lane like a normal player. So I keep CSing, I keep trading with Zoe, landing my Qs, landing my Es, trying to avoid her poke. And she's out of potions right now. I use my last corrupting potion. This is exactly what I want. Because right now, she has the wave pushing towards me, and she knows that has no potions left. So she's trying to get this wave out, and she's looking for a reset. And I'm trying to deny her this reset opportunity by holding the wave, because I know she wants to reset. And the way I win this lane is if I make sure that she resets when the wave is pushing towards me. So when she's gonna lose a lot of minions, that's what my goal is in this vault. So Zoe knows this as well. She knows she's missing minions right now if she resets, so she stays and tries to shove it out. While she's doing this, I'm just hitting her because I know the lower she gets, the less opportunities she has to shove the wave out, and that's basically what I'm doing. I force her back again, I hold the wave again, and she again is looking to reset, but she can't because of the wave. So she stays for another wave. She's very pressured right now, but she wants to crash this desperately. And I make sure that she is not able to do this, hit her with an E. She's now at the point of no return and she has to take a bad reset. So let's see what she loses. She loses already 2 creeps here. Make it 3. Make it 4. She's lost 5 creeps. I've lost nothing. So I want to match her reset. I TP back. And I catch the entire wave still. So I lose nothing. She loses 5 creeps. That's already huge because now I have a nice level advantage. I can use this now to snowball my lane. And I will do that. Because right now I will still be taking these trades with her. I still got my C-pot fully stacked. She has less potions. So I'll just slowly bounce out the wave. I want to get a equal wave state or push it slowly back into her. And I'm going to poke her down again and again and again. And because she's lost so much XP, she's now in trouble basically and pressured in the lane. I reach level 6. I use this to pressure her off some CS and possibly have the threat of just ulting her and nuking her down. She's already getting lower and lower and lower while I still have a lot of C-pots left. So she's basically in a very rough spot and she has lost lane at this point. Alright, so in this example, I'm playing Victor versus Cassiopeia. And here we see as well, the Cassiopeia did not opt in for teleport. So my mindset here is to extend the laning phase and try to force her onto a bad base. And I do this by just walking up, hitting my Qs left and right, and get some nice poke onto her. And I do that slowly and surely, speed it up a little bit. Boom, bit more poke, hitting all the CS in the meantime, doing nothing special. I hit my E, I walk up again because my Q is up. Boom, some more poke. Cassio is bound to use her first potion right now. And I get a nice little ward out in the meantime to make sure that I'm safe. I noticed Bel'Veth started top side, so I ward bot side to make sure that I'm safe from that side. Dodge out on the Cassio Qs, that's very important. We need to space correctly and make sure that we don't get hit by her Qs. But that's completely fine because our range is longer. So right now I'm just trying to get as much poke onto Cassiopeia as possible. Boom, another nice E. And slowly but surely the wave will eventually come back into me. Get some more poke. Nothing too special. Alright. So we now got to the point where the wave is coming back into us. And look at Cassio's HP bar. She's half HP and she has no potions left. Wave's coming back into me. I still got 2 potions left and I have enough mana to poke out of lane. So I'm in a perfect spot right now. This is exactly what I want. And right now I'm just chilling. And when she's contesting the wave, I'm hitting her. I spot Bel'Veth on the ward, but I don't really care because my main goal here is to get this Cassiopeia on a bad reset. And I know Bel'Veth cannot kill me, I'm full HP, Cassio can join the fight. So this is just perfect for me. Get a lot of jungle pressure, they share experience. And I can just hold the wave because I'm not scared of them. Hold the wave here, force Cassio onto a bad reset. She's already shared a few creeps and right now she's missing 1. Oh, she's staying. But now I just bully her out. I just walk up. And now she's actually forced onto a bad base. She's missing 1, 2, 3. She's missing 3 creeps here. Make it 4, 5, 6. 7 creeps is what she missed. That's a lot of experience and a lot of gold. And right now I am on, I'm on 1200 gold, so I'm almost looking to reset on my lost chapter. Then I reset on my lost chapter, I TP back to lane, and I'm in a very good spot. The wave's also on my side, so I'm not in any form of kill threat or anything. So I'm in a very good spot, I deny their creeps, and with that lead I can snowball the lane. Finally here we're going to look at an example of Chovy himself on how he does this, but this time without TP. He's taking Ghost, he's playing against Taliyah, she also took Ghost, and it's basically the same principle. He's just looking to use his advantage, heavy trade here and there, and force Taliyah onto a bad reset. That's basically his mindset. He's not doing something special. He's just playing the game normally. He's not solo killing her, any flashy plays. No, he's just playing the waves beautifully, hitting the CS, and forcing Taliyah onto a bad reset. Does this by walking up very nicely. Boom, he's getting the trades in. Taliyah's already down 1 potion. Hitting all the abilities, not using them on the wave. Not a good E. And Taliyah is basically right now at the point that she needs to reset. She has no mana, she has no HP. Chovy knows this. He's got minion dematerializer to shove out the wave real quick. And look what happens. He shoves it out, he gets all the creeps, and Taliyah loses 1, 2. She loses, let's see, an entire wave. She loses an entire wave, and when Chovy comes back, he lost, I think, he lost 2 minions. So he's got now a 4 minion lead. Not only that, but also Taliyah came back with a tier and he came back with boots and a mana crystal. So he has and a better base and a CS and experience lead, which is huge. This is exactly what you want and how you win lane. Then he gets ganked, but that's completely fine. He's got Ghost, and Flash, and he takes a lot of time from the jungler. Even their team manages to capitalize, gets a kill or 2, and it's basically GG from this point. And he, as we said, he did nothing special. He just played normal League of Legends, but then with great fundamentals. So to conclude this, what is the main mindset that we should have while laning? We gotta stay calm. And we gotta get good quality and smart trades. We don't need to do stupid stuff. We can just trade towards our cooldowns and what our champion likes to do. Also, we want to hit CS. It's very important to get the CS, and it's okay to sometimes not trade and get some CS for it. We also want to force the enemy onto a bad base, because when we force them onto a bad base, we get a lead in gold and experience. And we want to only reset when we either hit item spikes, we match the enemy laner's reset, or we're either forced to reset. But that is, of course, not optimal. So there's a few essential questions that we have to ask ourselves to make this work consistently. First of all, how can we force a reset for ourselves? So if we force the enemy onto a bad base and we stay in lane to get the experience lead, we might sometimes be stuck to stay in the lane if otherwise we're going to lose creeps. So how can we make sure that we force a good reset for ourselves? We can do that by the experience advantage that we gain from forcing the enemy onto a bad reset. A good example is the level 6 power spike. If we reach level 6 sooner than the opponent, we can pressure them off the wave, or we can use our ult that we get to shove out the wave and get a good reset after. Around that time, we usually also have gold for our lost chapter or something like that, a very good spiking item, and we can get ourselves a beautiful base and have the agency in the lane right after that. So what happens when the jungler comes mid and helps to shove the enemy lane opponent's wave out? That's what you see happen a lot in higher elos, competitive play. Jungler comes mid and helps a shove. That's also completely fine for us. We happily take that trade because the enemy jungler shows mid. We see where he goes to afterwards, so he loses a lot of pressure on the map, gives our side lanes a lot of opportunities to make plays and get leads for themselves, and they share experience on mid. Sharing experience is also very good for us because we still get that experience lead on mid, which is what it's all about in this case. What if the enemy laner also has teleport? So in that case, that's completely fine. Instead of them losing more minions, like 7 or 8 minions for when they take non-teleport, they will lose like 2 or 3. But that is also enough for us to get that experience lead and to get that good reset for ourselves later. We also can match the reset with our own reset and just teleport back. Both possibilities, both will get a small lead, and depending on the game, it's whatever you want to choose for. So what if we don't have TP? Well, we can have situations where we play Kiana and we're a very aggressive or assassin laner. Well, this doesn't really apply for those kind of champions. It does in a way, but we cannot consistently recreate it. If we don't have TP in that case, I would say we have a different game plan in general. But if we don't take TP on a control mage or someone that likes to force the enemy into a bad base, what we do is we just make sure that we get a good reset for ourselves. Just make sure that we get a good reset for ourselves and that we use our other combat summoner for the uses that we want to use it for. One thing to note here is that Chovy does not take a non-combat a combat summoner against champions that do take TP, because Chovy knows that the enemies will use this TP advantage to force him onto a bad reset, and that's not something that he wants to happen. So he will match TP if the enemy laner runs TP. And as a final note, I really recommend you guys to watch a lot of Chovy and study his gameplay. Ask yourself questions. Why would he do this? Why would he do that? And you'll gain a lot of insights from it. And you'll actually see that it's so simple and straightforward League of Legends. He doesn't do anything special, but it's beautiful. It's gorgeous in a way, and it's almost like art. So I really recommend you guys to watch a lot of Chovy. And that concludes the video for today. I hope you guys learned a lot. I myself have gained a lot from watching his gameplay, and I've really increased my laning and improved it to a point where I'm very happy with my current state. And I've also been getting results from that in games. I've been winning a lot of lanes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I see you guys next week with a new one. So I wish you a great day. Bye bye.